Galen, you know how like hackers in movies are always super cool?
Oh, yeah. You got the trench coats, you got the sunglasses, you got the clickety-clackety with not the sausage fingers.
Smoky atmosphere, dimly lit triangle lights pointed on them.
Mm-hmm. Lots of lights and lots of not lights.
And you know how hacking on a computer always looks super cool, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You've transcended normal computer usage when you can do everything without a mouse.
Right. What would be your... Okay, so like on the computer, there's a thing. There's like a little like, a bird cracking an egg or something like that. And it's like, stand back, the crack is at work or whatever. What would be your thing if you were the hacker doing the stuff? What would be your motif?
I would probably say it is just a chibi version of myself, just yelling bad jokes at a wall and just seeing which one falls first, myself or the wall itself. And that would be me cracking into the system. Apparently my dog was not impressed by that.
I really hope that picked up. Hello, my god-slaying, fury-furry Bowsers. Friends, thank you for joining us today on the Nintendo Everything Podcast episode. I think it's 111, is that right?
111.
I am Oni Dino, and with me, is that a Pokemon to snap? Nope. It's Cat Galen.
Yeah. It's literally just me sitting here with, those cat ears that have little speakers on them that they like sell on like Amazon? Yeah. It's just me with one of those.
I don't, Galen. Tell me about those, though, why you know them.
Okay, have you seriously not seen these things? They are freaking hilarious. They are like RGB lighted up cat ears, but they've got little speakers in them, and they're headphones. You wear them like headphones, but they also have speakers in the ear parts so they blast out music. They are the most obnoxious things I've ever seen in my life.
They blast out music.
Yes, they blast out music, and you can listen to the music. It's got 4 speakers in the thing. And it flashes lights. They are the most obnoxious thing I've ever seen. And I kind of want to get my wife a pair.
Wow, that is going to be all the rage at anime clubs in high schools. How embarrassing.
Actually, you want to know what all the rage is right now?
No, I don't, but you're going to say it anyway.
Frickin' sea shanties. And
what is this? Okay, hold on. No. I went to bed last night and woke up this morning and saw something on either Discord or Twitter about shanties. And I was like, I can't today, Satan. What is happening right now?
No, it's like this thing that's going around on TikTok where just people are just singing sea shanty songs. And apparently 2021 is the year of the sea shanty. And I'm just sitting over here going, bitch, I was doing that last year and the year before that. Don't try. Don't try this.
Also, if you think that TikTok can, or even social media in general, can stick to a theme for the whole entire year of a year, which is a year,
I mean,
not happening.
That's true, but there's a lot less garbage on there than there once was. So, hey.
What? We're a bi-weekly Nintendo podcast, video game podcast, multimedia podcast. Mm-hmm. Episodes go live every other Sunday right now. We are a bi-weekly show now. We used to be weekly. Right now we're doing the bi-weekly thing.
Mm-hmm. Changing up a little bit, but change is good. It's much appreciated.
Especially changing up words. That's also good.
Yeah, do you think that's going to catch on? 2021, year of the changening. Oni, happy 2021.
No. You've already seen in the past 2 weeks that what this has been. It's not a... Let's go into the adventure log. We'll talk about what we've been playing. That was like a Missy Elliott lyric that you just said. The dance that you're doing is dumb. Exactly. See? Sticking out your tongue, girl. You're too young.
Oh, I miss this.
Bunch of girls do it and the shit looks fun. How they do? Where you from? Okay, we in the adventure log. I'm on the internet, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't been canceled yet, but if you would like to cancel me, come on over to my Twitter at Oni_Dino.
Mm-hmm. And you can, of course, always tell me to cancel Oni Dino at Mobius087 if you want to do that too.
Literally nobody will do that. However, they may go to our Discord. We have a lovely Discord, the Nintendo Everything Podcast Discord. The link is in the description of this, or you can go to your browser and type in tiny.cc/Nintendo Everything Pod.
Come for the content, stay for the wet ass pasta.
Even I don't know what it means. It's okay if you don't, everybody. It's okay.
It's a shout out for like 4 people who followed the thread at that like hour that was on. So
So Galen, we have so many video games to talk about, especially since we're a bi-weekly show, and our commitment in 2021 is to bring hot new tracks for the hood to make the dope move fast like you think you're draking. That was another Missy Elliott lyric, sorry.
Gotcha.
Video games. What's a video game that you've been playing in these past couple weeks, Galen? It's been a couple of weeks since we recorded.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really nice.
Yeah, I've actually been able to catch up on some of the games that I have been talking about recently. Played a little bit of Hades, managed to make a little bit of progress on that, managed to play a little bit of Animal Crossing as well, but you know what? It is my resolution this year that I am going to be focusing on not only my backlog, but completing games that I haven't talked about yet. So,
cool.
I started up a new game for me, Xcom 2.
Oh, are you playing it on the Switch?
I am not, actually. I'm playing it on the PC, and that is primarily because it was on sale for cheaper than it was on the Switch. And it had the same content sale that was going on, so I couldn't say no to that.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm having a lot of fun with the game. So
now, what is this? This is a first-person
no.
battle royale.
No.
Starring Mickey Mouse.
Yes. Trust me, it's for the PC. Those mods are there. I've seen them.
Okay.
No, so you know how I made the joke a little while ago about how Mario and Rabbids is just Mario XCOM? Well, this is the game that joke is basically based off of.
Oh my god, that was a joke? How embarrassing.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So this is a squad-based tactical game. Think of a modernized action version of something like Fire Emblem. So you are controlling a squad, you are moving that squad around to accomplish different objectives.
And then at the end of the game, you bang your squad.
Yeah, actually. That's a thing.
Really? There's relationships in XCOM?
Well, it's more of bang as in you send them in for a, suicide mission and they all explode at the end. But that's... Hey, your phrasing, not mine. But yeah. Shit, what was I going to say? So this is you're sending your guys in to do various missions, different objectives. Sometimes it's protecting something. Sometimes it is eliminating an entire squad. Sometimes it's saving a bunch of people who are out on the field. There are different classes that you can go ahead and bring in. So you have your specialist, your grenadier, your ranger, and they all specialize in different weapons, of course. It's basic class mechanics.
Uh-huh.
What makes it interesting is that it has a permadeath mechanic that is involved in it. So once you lose a person on the field, they're donezo. Also, they do not recover health as one would normally do in between missions. So it really does kind of incentivize you as you're playing the game to really kind of change up your squad and never have the same basic formula that you're going in with. You can't just power level your core A team and just have that be your entire thing. The plot is very Western style basic. I mean, aliens have taken over the world and you are resisting and rebelling against them. There's nothing there. I mean, out of all of the time that I've ever heard about XCOM, I've always heard about the great gameplay and stuff, and that's always intrigued me because it's like right up my alley. I like sci-fi and fighting aliens and stuff, but
I've never ever heard anything about the story, and I'm like, you know what? If there's not a story there, it's not gonna hold.
It's not gonna trigger you. Yeah.
No, hold on to me. Don't put words in my mouth, okay?
So it is interesting. This is, of course, a sequel, and it actually plays itself off of the premise that at the end of the first game, the character that you're playing as lost. Like, he lost the final battle.
The dark timeline in the Hyrule Historia.
The darkest timeline, yeah.
When the hero died.
So aliens have come over, they have infiltrated and made themselves aware to the populace, but they are secretly like controlling them through whatever, propaganda means that they can. You're actually, the player that you technically are is the same player from the first game. However, they have captured you and taken you away from some sort of like medical experiments, and you've been rescued from them, and you're helping lead this rebellion. So that is the plot that's going on there.
Star Wars.
Kinda.
I actually have no idea what the plot of Star Wars is.
Not that.
Brilliant.
What is interesting is that the characters that you actually control when you are sending out your missions, they do not have the personality of like a character that you would meet in Fire Emblem. You don't have your classic archetypes and personality traits of people that you are meeting up with. So in that sense, there's kind of a disconnect that you have with relating yourself to your moving pieces, if you will. With that said, though, it does also introduce an interesting mechanic where you can not only rename all of your people, but you can also customize not only their outfits, their color schemes, but also their facial traits and their genders. You can make the people that are there. So you can actually have an entire squad of you and your friends going off and doing missions together.
How are you the one with those words?
I know.
This is kind of reminding me though of like Final Fantasy Tactics, which is like one of the very few I don't know, squabbles I have with that game. The group that you start off with are all just like nameless, faceless people, basically. Yeah. And it's like I don't have too much attachment to them until, you play hours and hours and hours with the game. Whereas something like Fire Emblem, like they at least have personalities and whatnot to them, so you have that extra connection.
I imagine it as an exercise in imagination. Because I'm going to take another game like Disgaea. Disgaea is a great game where you can create your own characters.
Yeah,
they have no personality behind them, but you start to invest yourself into the characters as you are leveling them up, as you are growing them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing in this one. And the fact that permadeath mechanic is implemented in here does have me get a little bit more attached to the characters that I have that I'm controlling.
Yeah.
There is also something of a story element in the sense where the characters that you are sending out into missions, if they are constantly going into missions together, they have a bonding system. And you can actually have two characters who fight better when they are on the same team. There are also like mental status effects that kind of go into it. Like if you have two people who are together and one person dies, the other person can get super panicked and honestly not know what to do with themselves anymore. And you lose control of that person for a turn. Or they go into a complete berserk state, you still lose control of them, but they become overpowered and they start taking a little bit more reckless actions. So if you extrapolate that and kind of use your own imagination to go with it, okay, what is the storyline? You were playing when these, two characters were forming that bond. What is it that they did to kind of strengthen that connection together? You can kind of have a lot of fun with it, but it's not a requirement. So if you're the kind of person who is like, well, I just come in here and I like to play for the tactical RPG aspect of it. And it's just
who is that? Who's that voice?
Basically anybody who plays Warhammer 40k.
I don't know what that is, and I'd really like to not know.
Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
But no, for anybody who's like, hey, I really just like the strategy aspect of it. I don't need to bog down the dialogue and the relationship stuff, I mean, you can leave it alone.
I only like to shoot people. Who cares about the emotionals and stories? That's for the weaknins.
If you're like me, you put in a little bit of extra effort into it, and you kind of make up your own...
You write fan fiction as you go along.
You know what? That's actually a great analogy. XCOM 2. Great fanfics.
You're welcome.
So I should also point out that there is also an expansion to this as well, where if you get the Switch version of the game, it comes with that expansion with it. So you'll probably be able to have that experience too. The expansion is basically like the main game as it normally is. However, it introduces the element of these 3 chosen generals. Chosen being like the name of the higher echelon of aliens. What's really fascinating about this is that these 3 aliens are now constantly hunting you the entire game.
The Nemesis system.
Kind of. Like, you'll be playing a random mission and all of a sudden they just pop in out of nowhere. And it completely changes the entire dynamic of the mission that you were on. Like, you can make your team and be like, hey, our mission is to go in and hack this terminal over here so we can steal some data from it. Okay, this should be a basic mission. We'll get all of our tech guys in, maybe some artillery guys to give them cover. Oh shit, the assassin is now here somewhere, and the assassin is, you know, vulnerable to rangers, but I didn't know she was going to be here, so now I'm fricked.
I didn't expect your 14-year-old censoring happening to yourself, but that's nice.
I'm trying to keep the Mario Wahoos out of the way, you know.
Yay, I don't have to edit so much.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it!
But you also establish a bit of a relationship with these characters that are there too in the negative. Like, they become the antagonist who is like constantly on your trail, and they will run away too. They will escape to fight another day, and when they pop up, there's like, okay, is this the mission that I'm going to take these bastards down?
Oh, okay. So once you take them down, they're dead for good.
They are gone for a certain amount of time due to story elements. They do come back, but there is a way to fully take them out of the equation, like once and for all. So, but again, that is a completely different story path that you have to go to in order to make that happen. So,
well, Galen, this sounds lovely.
It's a very intricate game. It is an older game. The game came out in 2016, and
I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah, me neither. I actually thought it was a little bit older, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I feel like I'm close to finishing the first campaign run. I'll probably, after that, put it down, move on to another game, but I am really enjoying myself with this right now.
You'd recommend it to tactical RPG fans?
Highly recommend it, yes. And even on the Switch, like, I did a couple of reviews, or looked up a couple of reviews beforehand, because I wanted to know, like, what was the main difference between playing on the Switch and playing on the PC. The PC is probably what I would recommend it for, simply because, A, depending on the PC you can have a little bit of a better experience. Also, mods are a lot of fun, especially when you have, you know, your Mickey Mouse character as the one who's running around and shooting all the, you know, I don't know, what does Mickey Mouse shoot?
Sperm.
Yeah, they shoot giant sperms.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened in the thing with the episode with the brooms, the dancing brooms. Buckets of water? I don't think so.
Exactly. But from what I did here, the Switch version does run very well. The frame rate is a little wonky at times, depending on what you're actually doing and how much is going on the screen. But they've also, like, it's the potato version. They've cranked everything down to, like, the minimum graphical value just in order to get the game to run. So
yeah, I translated a thing from Virtuous Games, who are the ones that did the ports for the Switch version. And I remember them saying that, like, on PC, the base RAM needed was, like, almost twice as much as the Switch had.
Yeah.
So they really did a great job of porting it down to what the Switch has.
Exactly. And I mean, if you want that portable aspect of it, definitely go for the Switch version. From what I hear, it works pretty well. So,
man, like portability is such a huge factor for me, like just for right now in my life. I was thinking about how Nier Replicant is coming out I think April, and I was like, oh cool, that'll be, you know, a good RPG for me to play like an hour or so before I go to bed. And I'm like, oh wait, no, it's not going to be on the Switch. I can't lay in bed and play it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no.
Like, I'm so glad that I have my laptop, because the past couple of nights I've been bringing the laptop into bed with me while we lay down in bed, and just I've been playing a mission or two.
I'm sure your wife loves that.
Actually, she's okay with that. It's better than hanging out on the couch and her kind of like looking over and is like, is it bedtime yet? Is it bedtime yet? Can we go to just one more mission? Come on, just let me do this one thing.
Sounds like you got yourself a real gamer girl there. I didn't know that gamer girls existed and you could get one as a wife. I didn't know gamer females existed. You're giving me a face right now, but those human beings exist. And they are all over the place, and they talk about women like they're a mythical creature, which is crazy. So anyway, jumping off though of your XCOM tactical nonsense, I've also been playing a tactical nonsense RPG.
Oh?
Yeah, I don't know how it's pronounced. Ikenfell or Ikenfell, I'm not sure.
Okay.
It is...
Never heard of it.
Well, it's an indie game, and it came out not too long ago. It was on sale for a little bit off in the like New Year sales, so I picked it up.
Nice.
It visually looks very, very much like a Game Boy Advance kind of pixel aesthetic game, so like, you know, nice and detailed stuff going beyond the 16-bit Super Nintendo stuff.
Okay.
It's a turn-based RPG, and it is semi-tactical in that like you have a small battlefield and you have, you know, squares that you move to, and your attacks only will affect certain squares and vice versa.
Okay.
And but it's a small battlefield, so I'm kind of so on that. But the story
we talking about Mass Effect. We talking about Fire Emblem. We talking about like Advanced Wars, like.
It's kind of like a Mario and Luigi RPG kind of thing, but in tactical form. So it's not, you're like on the character level and you're playing as one character kind of thing.
Okay.
And it's on a 2D plane. Everything's pixel graphics. The pixel art is very nice, and I really do enjoy its aesthetic. You are a girl, and I can't remember her name. I want to say it was Safina or something like that. Like, honestly, all of the characters in this damn game have like slightly goofy but slightly realistic names, and I can't remember any of their names. I think maybe, well, it doesn't matter. You play as a red-haired girl, and she's going to
red-haired protagonist. Okay.
Yes, and she is going to the wizardry school. I think it's called Ikenfell, and
red-haired Harry Potter.
Yeah, kinda. And from what I can tell, the whole game takes place at basically this academy, this school, and like when you go to the map,
Hogwarts. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Link to the Past kind of map.
Gotcha. So it's got that like top down.
Yeah. I really like the aesthetic that it's going for. And I love the idea that it takes place in a school. You are a girl who doesn't have magical abilities. This is a entire place where everybody learns magic and uses magic spells. What with the smells?
So wait a second. You're telling me you play as a girl in a magical high school, but she's not a magical schoolgirl.
No, she is not. And also, it's not a high school. It's just an academy. I don't know, like, what. Everybody seems to be like 9 years old, but I don't think that that's the case. They are nondescript age of youngster kind of thing.
Okay.
I think that is made to sort of play into sort of a younger person. As you figure out, as I'm going to be talking about this, I think that this plays to a younger crowd, perhaps like a crowd that grew up on Tumblr kind of thing. Definitely way younger than me kind of thing.
I'm very glad that you gave me that warning, because one of my jokes that I was going to say a little bit later was, okay, tactical RPG, you got to tell me, can your characters bang? But now I know that would be creepy. Thank you very much for correcting me.
And thank you very much for preparing your joke so far ahead in advance that it was no longer funny.
Hey, I've got my moves like eons ahead. That was a phrase. You can use it. It's gonna catch on.
So bad. Anyway.
Right next to sea shanties, year 2021.
Jesus. So you as red-haired girl are going to this school and you're like, something's wrong. I can't find my sister. She's not contacting us or something like that. She's gone missing or whatever. So you go to the school to find your sister, and you are picking up like sort of memories of what happened with your sister, and your sister has gone to this academy ahead of you because she had magical powers. You awaken your magical powers on the grounds of the school. Like suddenly it just happens for you. And you meet other characters along the way. Like the abilities and stuff that everybody has are all magical. Like the second character that you get, your second party member, is an alchemist. And so like everything that she does is affiliated with like, you know, magic bottles, healing things. And that's really cool. It's a really nice aesthetic that they really commit to very well. Then your third party member is also a magician. And this is kind of where I start to get into my negatives with it, because I don't think that the storytelling is very good. I don't think that any of the characters are particularly likable. It's very like light Tumblr kind of vibe for me. I don't really know how to put that into better words. There's nothing like particularly obnoxious. It's just that nothing is really grabbing me, or I'm not relating to anything or feeling connected to any of these characters. Your main character actually is kind of annoying.
What would you say that one of the reasons why it's not grabbing you is because, like, where is this disconnect happening here? Is it because of is it beyond your age gap? Wow.
Boy.
I am all over the place with words today.
We're like 20 minutes into this episode, Caleb. I don't know exactly what it is. I only started thinking about the age gap later on, as I was like, why am I not, into this? I've been playing it for several hours. I've gotten a third party member. I've beaten several bosses now, but I'm like, I don't really feel like going back to it. Yet it's a turn-based RPG, and I'm enjoying that a little bit.
On paper, it sounds like it should be your jam, but something's missing. Yeah. Okay.
As I was saying, like, none of the characters, except for these two characters, are particularly enjoyable. There's these two characters, and they kind of come in, and they're like very much like a JRPG trope, where like they appear at certain points and like you fight them sometimes, but they have like a kind of funny relationship, like a straight man and a what's the other thing called in English? The goofball or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, so there's the straight ball. I mean, and
you got your straight balls and your gay balls, and they go ahead and play together.
Anyway, these two characters, they're funny because they come in, they're a little bit of comic relief, and then they get out of there. They don't overstay their welcome. Yeah. And they're also like kind of lovey-dovey for each other. They're two boys, and that was kind of cute. The only like time that like any kind of romantic stuff or love stuff has come into it, it's always been like gay stuff too. And it's only been two instances. Like one of the bosses that you fight, she sees your character and she's like, so cute, or something like that. And like, of course, I'm gay, so I don't dislike that. But for whatever reason, so for whatever reason, though, like it just kind of feels jarring, almost like it's just weird that there's any kind of cuteness and relationshipness stuff in there. It just kind of feels like it doesn't fit the tone. But I'm sure that like some people, like say maybe really young LGBTQ people, will really find that endearing, or connect to that very well. Me, as a very grown-ass adult now, I'm just like, it's kind of immature and dumb. And some of the dialogue kind of goes on a little bit too long. The fights take a little too long, just because of like, well, every single time that you start, you have to move forward, and you can't hit the enemy that first time that you move forward. And same thing with the one before that. And it's just kind of like the exact same move you make every single random encounter you get into. It's not even random too. You find the enemies on the screen, but it's almost like adding an extra step to like a turn-based RPG. And I don't know, I just feel like some of that could have been tightened up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just really not grabbing me, which is a shame, because on a lot of ways I should be liking this game. I know the one moment, though, that I really just, this game turned against me is when I was fighting that one boss that says your character is super cute or whatever.
Okay.
As soon as you go into the battle with her, for whatever reason, and this is hours into the game, suddenly there's a vocal track to your boss theme. There's never been vocals in it. And, I didn't even mention, but like the battle system is like timed hits and stuff like that, like Super Mario RPG. So you have to be, paying attention. It keeps you engaged.
Okay.
But the vocal track, I hated it so much, and I hated the song. I hated the lyrics so much that it distracted me like the first 2 turns. And then I literally turned the game off because I was like, I need to turn off the music and then play this battle again. And that's the only way I'm going to be able to play it. Like, the music was so bad for me.
Wow, that is bad. Please tell me that you're going to play specifically that song right here.
Nope.
Right here.
No matter what they say, I'll never lose my way. I'm so much stronger.
It was really bad. And the lyrics were like, just like my problem that I have with the Super Smash Bros. One, where it just sounds like they're making it up. You know what I mean? Like, It was always like, and I will find my way, and I will make them pay, and there is no other way, and like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, it's the biggest problem that I have with pop music.
So you're saying this like exceeds pulling your devil trigger, like the lyrics go beyond that point.
Yes.
Okay. Now I've got the whole B-52 and Devil Trigger mashup stuck in my head.
As you should. That's a fantastic mashup.
That is the only version. That is literally the only version of that song I can think of.
Anyway, Ikenfell, whatever it's called, kind of not it for me. It seems to be rating very highly.
Okay.
Among denizens of the internet. So if you are a young person, LGBTQ person, perhaps this is for you. Certainly not for me, which is kind of weird because like the battle mechanics are very much like appealing to a slightly older crowd for a more nostalgic kind of thing. And I don't know, just storytelling's not good.
You don't think you're gonna finish it up?
I want to, but also I hate the idea of picking up my Switch and starting to play it again. But Galen, speaking of picking up your Switch and hating it, why don't you tell me about Monster Hunter Rise?
Yeah, so for those of you who may not have caught the announcement, there is a Monster Hunter Rise demo that is currently out on the Switch right now. And
wait, did you hate it?
Kinda.
What? Tell me, Galen. All right, go into this.
Okay, I do want to wrap up and say that it is a limited time demo, so don't drag your feet if this is something that you want to try before the actual game comes out. So, it's Monster Hunter. I mean, they haven't really changed much of the mechanics from back when I played it on Monster Hunter World. And that's both a good and a bad thing. I found myself falling into the exact same trap of wanting to come into the game as if it was an action hack and slash, and I actively had to pull myself back and say, that's not what this game is. Don't approach the game and think that you are going to be able to go in, do your crazy combo, and then jump back and like, you're not a badass. You need to remember you're not a badass. That's what I had to keep telling myself.
Yeah.
Have you got a chance to play this?
I only turned it on to do like the first training mission to just get acclimated with the controls and whatnot. That's really it. I didn't even do a hunt proper.
Gotcha. So I did the tutorial mission. I skipped the second tutorial mission that teaches you how to actually ride the monsters, and went straight into the hunt for oh god, I can't remember exactly what the creature was. It was some sort of like weird like raptor king thing. I don't know. Like I said, Monster
People
Hunter,
are going to
go
be
figure.
very angry at you for saying that.
Oh, they are already furious with me, and I just give me all your hate. Just do it.
First off, what weapon did you choose?
I went with the lance, which could, from what I remember, it was one of the more complicated weapons. Like, I just love that I can make train noises when I do my dashing attack. So,
I beg your excuse me?
yeah, no, he's got the one move where you put the lance down, you take a step back, and then you just run forward and just smash into anything that you can, and you keep that going as long as you have stamina up. And every time I would do that attack, I, in real life, would just go chugga 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 woo woo, and just like smash into everything. Fun fact, I actually recorded myself playing the Monster Hunter Rise demo for the first time. I don't know why, but I actually have a recording of that when I figured out how to do it.
God, I thought that could not get any more embarrassing.
Nope, I'm embracing it here.
Wow.
Okay, so going back to the actual gameplay, some of the mechanics they added on here, especially with the wire bug, they seem really cool. But again, I have to remember, and I have to remind myself, these are there as a tool set. They are not there to indulge my power fantasies that I have. Like, the first time that I jumped up in the air and was able to start climbing up a wall or climbing up a cliffside, I was like, this is really cool. I love this verticality. This is exactly what I wanted. Why can't I do it again? Where's the thing?
Yeah, because you only have two.
I can
to
only
use
do this
right off the
twice.
bat.
And I, of course, did the thing where I started playing around with that mechanic before it was like officially introduced to me. So I had to kind of learn that I only had 2 times to actually use it. And I was just like, why can't I be Spider-Man and just like zip all over the place? Oh wait, that's not what this kind of game is.
Yeah.
But Monster Hunter is so weird where every single time I play it, I constantly have to remind myself it's not what I think and not what I want it to be.
That makes sense, though. Like, I think that's very understandable. Same thing happened to me, at least in the one deep dark time when I played Dark Souls, and I was like, this is not Zelda.
Exactly. For what it's worth, though, like, the creatures that they have in there are really cool. I found myself, like, when I came across the first hunt for the first time, and I can't remember the monster names, so sorry for those of you who are currently yelling at me. But they got into this fight with this big, huge, like, badger thing. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I want to fight that thing instead. And it let me do it. I mean, I literally changed my targets around and I focused on hunting this badger down the entire time. And I died a couple of times.
Of course you did.
Yeah, and I ended up just getting frustrated enough to the point where it's like, all right, I'm going to set this demo down and I'll come back to it later. So.
And you never did.
I never did. So. I don't think the demo necessarily is for people who are interested in getting into Monster Hunter.
That's always my problem with Monster Hunter demos.
Yeah, I think the demo is there for Monster Hunter fans who want to play around with the new mechanics that are there. And it's primarily because I understand the appeal of Monster Hunter. It's all about creating your character, crafting your armor, that grind of going onto the hunts again and again, but doing so with your friends to a point where it's more about enjoying that time that you're spending with them more than focusing on do this action, do this thing.
Yeah, it's very much a communal thing that people tell me.
Yeah, and going in solo in a demo, like it's hard to convey that in a single demo.
Well, maybe we should try to play it online together, like we were supposed to do earlier in the week, but somebody had to work.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got out my old stuff and just recorded it, because I had nothing better to do that day.
I'm sorry I had to work.
It's cool, man. It's cool. But Actually, no, I think it would be really cool if we both recorded the footage and just like did a flip back and forth of like our own perspectives while playing the game. I think it'd be fun.
Not doing that.
I think it would be fun. I will do all the editing. I will do all the editing.
I did not even have time to play it. How much extra more time do you think that I have to set everything up and do all that? This is not happening.
It takes like 5 minutes.
No, it doesn't. Not when it's not hooked up.
Well, whose fault is that?
Literally not mine.
Anyway, the demo's pretty fun. They do have some more footage that came out that especially describes some of the newer monsters that are coming out, pre-order bonuses, so on and so forth. Yeah, check out the trailer. Check out the demo. It's fun.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah. Wirebug.
And to top things off here in our adventure log, I have been playing Donkey Kong Country Trace.
I mean, you had time to play an SNES game, but you didn't have time to play Monster Hunter Rise.
No, because guess what? Donkey
how
Kong
it is.
Country 3 is super easy to play right when you're going to bed versus Monster Hunter Rise on that small screen.
I will give you that.
Yeah.
Tell me about your favorite SNES game.
This is not my favorite SNES game. That would be Chrono Trigger. Donkey Kong Country is very good game. It's
and take two.
It's a platformer. Y'all know what Donkey Kong Country is. Visually fantastic, really, really crazy, excellent art style that Rare pioneered on the Super Nintendo back with Donkey Kong Country #1 back in like 94, I think it was. And Donkey Kong Country 3 came out right when the 64 was coming out, or even after it. So, you know, this is a late era SNES game, and I love seeing late era games on, you know, hardware. They just do so many beautiful things with it because they're doing so many different tricks and stuff. Visually, it's great. It sounds great. David Wise's soundtrack in there is just brilliant. Speaking of Mario and Rabbids XCOM, David Wise did the soundtrack to that as well.
Very nice.
So you play as Diddy Kong, who is from Donkey Kong 2, and Kiddy Kong, who is the brand new Kong. And he sucks. He's a baby. He's literally a baby, and there's nothing about him. His personality is baby.
But he is part of the DK crew.
There are so many Kongs in the DK crew.
All
like
the Kongs.
There's the Super Nintendo ones, then there's the 64 ones. There's so many. And that's actually one of the aspects I really love about what Rare recreated with the Renaissance of Donkey Kong, which is a phrase I never thought I would say.
Renakong?
What?
Renakong? Like, instead of Renaissance, Renakong.
Galen, did you think that was worth saying?
This is a workshop environment. There are no wrong answers. There are only wrong responses.
Mm-hmm. Oh my fucking cool!
What?
I don't know, just sometimes
that was the correct response.
Anyway, in addition to these Kongs, you know, of course you have the Granny Kong, and you got Funky Kong. Funky Kong has his so Funky Kong, first off, is the most homosexual of the Kongs, and he's very sex positive, and he's just living his best life.
It was the early 90s. There was a lot of sex positivity going on around there, so yes.
Tell me about this, Galen. Elaborate on that.
I mean, I can't tell you about it because I was like, 7 at the time? So I never had an SNES, so that's why I'm straight.
You know what? The lie detector determined that was true. There are these really cool bear characters in Donkey
Not
Kong
helping
3.
your case.
Jesus. They're kind of like proto-banjos. So in Donkey Kong 3, there is... What are you're laughing still? Oh, you have your mic on mute. I can only see your face. It's turning red. Oh, no, maybe you're doing a poo? I can't tell.
A little bit of both.
Oh, gross. In Donkey Kong 3, there's like an overworld, and that's probably one of my favorite aspects of it. Is it's like almost like an RPG where it has like an overworld, and you wander to different spots and you kind of explore. And I remember loving that especially so much as a kid. And even though the level design is not as strong as like Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong 3 is still pretty good. It's still very intuitive, where they like hide secrets and stuff like that, which is one of my big problems with like Donkey Kong 1, is that they just kind of hide secrets in places that aren't particularly intuitive.
Oh, always go left at the beginning of the mission.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's like a barrel hidden off screen, and like you had no idea that you were supposed to jump down here, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Where every other one, it's just like you would have died in those circumstances.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. In Donkey Kong 2 and 3, they'll put like a little banana or something like that very hidden off the screen, so that way your eye catches it and you're like, oh wait, what about that over there? Or like, oh, I think I see a ledge over there, or something like that. You know what I mean? Something that makes you interested in exploring, and they do a great job of that.
Yeah.
The bosses are also pretty cool. They're not as good as Donkey Kong 2, but they're way better than Donkey Kong 1. And I mean, they play with a whole bunch of different stuff in this game, like with the bosses. Like there's a snowball fight with an abominable snowman, andromedable snowman, androgynous snowman, and then like there's one boss that's like a big old barrel that you have to keep pushing off the side by making it eat bugs and making it belch, shooting it backwards. Like there's just like lots of little fun, weird things, and it's almost like you can see Rare getting into like the weird humor that it was getting into with the 64. It's great. The game still holds up really nicely, and there's certain things in it that are really weird and like sort of unsettling, because it uses like real physical models, and then they like took, oh god, I'm gonna misremember this, but like photos or scans or something of that, and then turn that into sprites. So it looks really weird and uncanny, almost like a stop motion or something. So it has this kind of creepy effect to it, and it's great. It's super cool. Highly recommended it. It's on the Nintendo Switch Online right now.
So my question, did you notice any difference, or do you remember any difference of like playing it on the online versus, well, I guess playing it on the SNES?
No, not at all.
No? Okay.
Yeah. There's
Awesome.
What's lovely with the Switch Online is there's the quick rewind feature, which is very generous too. So if you die on a certainly punishing level late in the game or something like that, and you're like, oh, I don't want to restart that level, you can just click L and R, ZLZR, at the same time, and then
the coward's way out.
Or how about this? The adult who has shit to do's way out.
No, that's fair. That's 100% fair.
Yeah.
So
I enjoyed the game so much more by doing it like that in the later levels.
I love those like generalized quality of life updates that they just even throw into the emulation like itself. So
Optional things. Lovely.
it's very nice.
Super Donkey Kong. No, that's the Japanese name. Donkey Kong Country 3. And now the news. What's been happening in the news? Oh my god.
Ooh. Okay. Well, what's been happening in video game news? We should say.
The video game news, yeah. Nintendo bought Next Level Studios. I think they're called Next Level something or other. Next Level Games. That's what they're called.
Nice.
Whom they have been contracting to make very important games for them. Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion 3, Dark Moon.
They also did Metroid Prime Federation Force, which is weird. That was not a particularly good game, but that was also an unfair game.
They did also take care of the Super Mario Strikers series, which I hear is actually pretty good.
Wait, no. They had a canceled Super Mario Strikers game.
No, developer, Next Level Games.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
thought a different studio did the Strikers on the GameCube, and then they were gonna do their own Strikers, but it was canceled. But I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is lovely. They're definitely just like a studio that, gets contracted out by other publishers to work on their IPs and stuff like that. They've been working with Nintendo a long time, and they're a small studio. They don't have the capital to make their own games and publish and distribute their own games. So this is a situation where a larger studio buying them makes perfect sense and is only going to facilitate them to make more games, which is great.
Yeah. All the ones that I have played have just been absolutely fantastic. Like, I loved both of the Luigi's Mansion games under them.
I don't. I really wanted to like Luigi's Mansion 3, and I just think that game's not for me, sadly. It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
I wish Luigi's Mansion 3 wasn't rushed at the end, because I really feel like the last couple episodes were just, they ran out of time to implement more stuff into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we've talked about that in,
we have.
earnest in the past.
I heard some people being like, great, this is great news. Now Nintendo needs to buy Sega. And I'm like, nope.
Why?
No. That's because that's coming from people who are like, well, I want all of the toys in my sandbox. That way other people can't play with the toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Sega develops and publishes their own stuff. They're a big company that doesn't need to be bought out. Please do not monopolize everything. That's horrible. It's a horrible,
Seriously.
horrible thing for people to think.
Has anybody ever played Monopoly? Monopoly is terrible. You don't want Monopoly.
Oh my god. Next up on the news, we have SM3DW plus BF. Galen, what's that
Gotcha.
stand for?
Anachronisms.
What?
Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, not Furry.
Mm-hmm. Missed opportunity, really.
Yeah, I guess low-hanging fruit on that one. I feel like we've made that joke before, so.
We have.
Yeah.
But I made it so it was better.
I didn't want to steal your thunder.
My whole life is thunder, Galen. You can't steal my thunder.
And that's why I bring the lightning. Whoa!
You're the worst Zeus cosplayer I've ever seen. So
I do have the
Godslayer
beard for
Bowser, aka Godzilla Bowser, here in Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Furry. This is looking lovely. Looking lovely. We saw a new trailer recently, didn't we, Galen?
We did, and I'm going to be honest, I'm thinking about picking this up just because I kind of missed the mark when it came out for the Wii U.
Wait, did you not play this on the Wii U?
So here's the thing, I own it for the Wii U, but I never really got that much into it, even though I'm really kind of into the 3D Mario games.
Oh my god,
So-
yeah, this is my favorite 3D Mario, probably, period.
Yeah, and I mean, I've loved the games in the past, so...
And
Yeah.
the 3D Mario World's gonna have online co-op.
That's really nice.
Yes, because this is actually like a good online co-op game that's really easy to just pick up and play and just start. It's not like super competitive and stuff unless you want it to be. This is great. I think that you should definitely pick it up because then we can both play it online and we can play with some people in our Discord too.
That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, let's do that. Awesome. You sold me. Cool. Write the check to the Nintendo.
Listen, Galen, I don't write rhymes, I write checks. Wait, no, the other way around. I don't write checks, I write rhymes. But who write check anymore? What?
Keep bringing that thunder. Come on.
Oh, no.
Let's do it.
Zoom. That's not even what this. That's not
What is that? Is not thunder.
I don't know
That's
what
not thunder sounds like.
onomatopoeia is in English anymore. Hold on, let me open up my can here. Zap, blinky, blinky, blink.
Oh man, watch out for that storm coming. You hear the zoom, zoom, zoom off in the distance.
Now what we saw though, what is Bowser's Fury? What is that mode, Galen? Tell people if they haven't seen the trailer.
Basically you go Super Saiyan Cat Mario, you grow into Godzilla size and you fight a dark Godzilla Bowser. Like that's what I got from that trailer.
Yes, but also it's an open world sandboxy kind of like Super Mario 64 or Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a world like that.
I was getting a lot of like Odyssey-esque vibes with not only the way that the levels were kind of designed, but also some of the what felt like forced camera perspectives that it was bringing your character into.
Oh,
like,
how so?
Well, there was this one scene where they were following Mario around and the camera kind of like zoomed down where you could still see where he was going, but it was more focused on like the overall environment that was there. And it had this like little cinematic touch without it being too obtrusive, which is something that I got all the time when I was playing Odyssey.
Okay.
So yeah, I really feel like they learned from that and kind of like added that into this new mode.
Yeah, I would bet that a lot of the ideas that like probably they didn't use in Odyssey, they sort of recycled for Bowser's Fury. They
I
do
believe it.
clearly use mechanics from 3D World. So it's not going to feel jarring or whatever in Bowser's Fury. It's going to feel connected somehow.
Also, have we mentioned that Bowser Jr.'s there?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so you play with Bowser Jr. First off, I'm really loving this, and this is something that I really wish that they would do with the Mario characters, because the Mario characters are fun but blank AF slates.
Yeah.
No pun intended here, because Bowser Jr., okay, has trouble expressing himself. He has a lot of emotions and a lot of anger, and he is learning to express himself through art. And I love that about him.
Yeah. He's got the whole Mario Sunshine paintbrush and he's got going on. And it looks like he can like interact with certain things that are actually on the map as you're going around. Like, what I didn't understand is, can you have a second person who's playing as him?
Yes.
Is he like a helper character or?
I think that he'll probably be computer controlled as well. But
Okay.
it is confirmed that you can do 2-player co-op with Bowser Jr.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I love it.
So you and your wife can play.
Aw, that's fun.
Yeah. I hope that she plays as Bowser Jr. and keeps painting you, and then you can't do anything.
Well, the frustration goes twofold because everyone knows that I am a terrible person to play video games with.
Yes, really
so.
bad. But I'm loving this. I'm loving Godzilla Bowser.
All the nightmares from Kirby Epic Yarn.
Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed how, like, they were like, after a set amount of time, the world turns to shit, or whatever they said.
Yeah.
And it's like, the blood moon rises once again.
Oh, God.
And Bowser goes, like, super crazy, and he looks really cool. That's a really nice visual to have, an enormous Bowser that you kind of haven't seen since Yoshi's Island, where Baby Bowser turned into, like, this big, gigantic thing with Kamek.
Okay, can we talk about Bowser as a character, right? A little bit, because
what is there to say? What is this? What are you doing?
Well,
to me?
that's just
are
the
you
thing.
intervening on me right now?
I feel like Nintendo keeps going back and forth on wanting to make Bowser this like big intimidating figure that is like, oh shoot, Bowser's over there and he's gonna destroy us all, versus okay, he's the goofball that you're playing tennis with and shrinking inside and like going inside and controlling his body for stuff. Like I feel like I'm getting mixed messages on how scary Bowser should be.
I think you're taking this way too serious. It's shooting Mario. I'm trying to censor myself.
You're doing a very good job.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bring in the zooms. I know they're not going to do it, but I also want them to just paint some sort of small homage to the new Nintendo of America CEO and just have like...
no, that was stupid.
It would be fun. Nintendo needs to have fun with themselves.
Look, they do that when Doug Bowser is in, what are those called? Public things that we don't do anymore. Events. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But anyway, I loved though the like visual of a Super Saiyan Cat Mario against Godzilla Bowser. It was very Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. So, okay. You coming from the primarily
Oh, what?
I was going to see informed Japanese culture.
Oh, so this. Hi.
Is there anything on the imagery that was there that kind of invoked some sort of like Japanese mythology that you were reminded of. Because I feel like the aspect of like flying creature versus ground creature, and they're both at like legendary status and always like fighting each other, like Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon did this. Mega Man Battle Network 5, I want to say.
Oh my god, your face turned into a butthole just now. You were thinking really hard.
I was thinking about Mega Man Battle Network, and that gets me very excited. But no, one of the ones where you absorbed, like, depending on what version you had, you either had the beast version or the bird version, and you could take on that form. But I've noticed a couple of games kind of like taking that trope, and I'm wondering what that is coming from, and if there is other influences that mythology is kind of like pushing it out to and inspiring, and if this is one of them.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Good. Moving on. So, Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap, Crackle, and Crap. Wait, what did you say earlier that was stupid? You said crap or cap or bap.
Oh, grap?
Bap. Oh, grap. Yeah, that was it.
Map.
Pokemon Baps. Pokemon Sweet Baps. We got a trailer for this, and we also got a release date. April 30th. So pretty soon.
Yeah. No, I am always going to welcome a Pokemon Snap game. Like, I'm actually kind of happy that they haven't done a whole lot of remakes or anything of it up until this point. So I feel like as we are going into this first new version, and oh god, how long has it been since the N64
over 20
version
years.
came out? Yeah, like
wait, I mean, no, that would be
gonna be super fresh.
Oh my god, yeah, over 20 years. I was like, no, 20 years ago was 1990. No, it ain't. Jesus didn't say that. Oh my god, yeah. It like Pokemon Snap probably came out in like 98, maybe, I want to say. Something like that.
And I remember in the original Pokemon Snap, I was kind of thrown back by the fact that you couldn't really see all 151 Pokemon. Like, they weren't all in this game.
Yeah, it was a very quick game because it was based on replayability and all that junk. It was definitely an insult to a child who would rent the game and then be like, I'm going to play this all weekend. And then you like beat it the day. And you're like,
and you got one mission that is just trying to get Mew. But in this one, I feel like it's a little bit more acceptable to be like, hey, there's no way we have all 1,000 or something Pokemon that are there. I'm like, that's cool. I don't want that.
Yeah, so you're on the Lentil region. So hopefully we go to Split Pea region after that.
I'd be okay with that.
I love lentils and split peas.
Yeah.
Grains are delicious.
I've been putting frozen peas in a soup I've been making lately.
Oh, well, that's just the stupidest thing you've ever said. We must move on. But Pokemon, I'm so surprised that they did not have any voices in the trailer. Did you notice that? There wasn't, like, Pikachu and all that shit happening.
Well, they're probably there. I feel they were, like, the majority of the trailer was more for emotional nostalgia more than anything else.
I feel like that's what a lot of Pokemon is lately.
Yeah, it's true. Pokemon is just in a weird place. So I'm not surprised by that. I would have liked if it was there. I do not think this is any sort of like an indicator that those noises won't be in the actual game.
I was kind of surprised though that it was the trailer that we got was very much just like a visual, because this is really only our, I think, second official look at this game, right?
Yeah.
There was the reveal and then nothing. And now we're just seeing this. And then when it is accompanied by a release date and pre-order now kind of thing, I'm a little surprised that they didn't have an overview trailer with an announcer, kind of like what they did with 3D World, where they at least explain to you what is the mechanics of this game, what do you do.
To be fair, I 100% believe that we will be getting more information with a lot more of that stuff getting closer to the actual launch date.
I think it's a bit of, it comes out of the gate kind of weak if you have the announcement of the release date and pre-order with like no mechanical information of the game. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like resting on the laurels of like, you've wanted a new Pokemon Snap ever since 29 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just there's a lot of things that are kind of going into this right now that I'm going to put in the game's favor. One, the state of the industry after all of what last year was. Like, I'm sure things are crazy, and they don't necessarily want to put out a whole lot of information.
But they
right
put out
now.
a release date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I went to the website just to see if there was any extra information there, and they did show like sort of the results that you get when you show the professor. The professor's name is Mirror or something like that. It's weird. And,
Okay.
They showed like shots of, I think it was Grookey on the website, and Grookey was doing several different things, and it had like subtitles for each of those things that he was doing. So there's clearly a lot of different animations that you can get your Pokemon to do depending on, you know, what you use to entice them. Like at least
Nice.
in Pokemon 64, Pokemon Snap for 64, you had different kinds of Pokeballs to throw out, apples and whatnot, and it would make the Pokemon interact with certain things or interact with other Pokemon or evolve or something, and that was always really fun to try and do.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of the Pokemon Snap original game was the puzzle of what can you do with these Pokemon to get them into the best position, whether it's you're luring them with food, you are playing a song to make them fall asleep,
Oh, right, I forgot the song, yeah.
causing them to fight each other by knocking one with an apple, and then the winner of that ends up evolving. Like, there's a lot to the game, but the premise is still very simple of you want to take pictures, you want to get them into the best position to take pictures.
Yeah, I actually, when you said just now, like, getting them in a fight, I remember that there was, I don't even remember who it was, but just I remember the actions being so endearing where, like, you hit one of them with an apple, and they turn around and they thought it was the Pokemon closest to them that, you know, attacked
Yep.
them or something, and then they go and fight. And that's so cute and funny because it's, you know, it's stupid and like, kind of like a cartoon, and that just reminds me of just what is so endearing about Pokemon, and it's like Pokemon behaving like animals. You know, I think we all enjoy to some degree, you know, dogs and cats and other domesticated animals. And so I think that that's really my biggest appeal with Pokemon, and that's what I really want to see the games dive deeper into. So I'm hoping that there is a lot of meat on the new Pokemon Snap bones.
I think there's going to be a lot to actually take away from this game. If I was to make a prediction, I think it's going to be a very similar layout as the first one. I think we're going to get 6, maybe 7 different stages to go through.
Yeah, you know, on that note, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but on that note, when I was on the website, I saw, you know, a couple of different stages in there. None of them are like a snowy area or anything like that. It's very much like a kind of a regional thing where it's mostly bright and beautiful and deserts, but nothing snowy. You know, they don't run the whole gamut of like 5 or 6 different regions.
Yeah.
Or environments, I should say.
Well, and that might also be with what models they want to get ready to actually put forward. And actually, this is a thought I just had. There's entirely a possibility because this game does look good. This looks
it looks nice.
A lot. Yeah, this looks a lot better than some of the mainline Pokemon games we've had lately.
Yeah.
I wonder if this game is like not a beta test, what's the word? Like the foundations of some sort of new graphical engine that they're going to be using for future games, and they're just using this to be like, what is public perception? I mean, are we going to get more Pokemon games that kind of have this graphical fidelity to them?
Listen, after Sword and Shield, which of course I have no dog in that fight, but after Sword and Shield, my expectations are currently in the bucket, so I'm gonna say no on all that.
Well, and that's part of the thing. Like, were the graphical expectations of Sword and Shield so bad because they were playing it safe? But depending on how people react to this new game, they can implement that and push that forward, and the new generation games are going to be like that.
I mean, it just depends on like if it even from the ground up makes sense for them. But my other problem with Pokemon right now is kind of its aesthetic. It's not just like does it have so many polygons to its models? You know, is its lighting sophisticated enough? That's not really my biggest pet peeve with it. It's just kind of the safe anime aesthetic that I find kind of boring.
Anime Pikachu versus like Ryan Reynolds Detective Pikachu. Like we're talking about like the detail, the fur, and like what you can actually get out of
I mean, those are two different art styles, yes, but I don't necessarily need it to go to a very realistic looking art style. I don't know. It's hard to say. It requires an artiste to have a vision, and I am not anything.
An artiste.
I am a fartist, okay?
Let me ask you this.
No.
What would you see out of a new Pokemon game that would get you excited about it?
Honestly, the same shit that I said before. Like Xenoblade Cross, where you see the Pokemon interacting with each other and you're exploring the environments, and that times 5, where you are seeing the Pokemon in the environments. That's what I would love to do. And like, basically, the battling in the story would be like secondary for me. Just going in an environment would be freaking cool. I love that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Pokemon has been really focusing on the, take these very iconic Pokemon in the past and give them new tweaks and new forms. You've got your Galarian form of this one. You've got your Dynamax version of this other one. I feel like they should pull back from that, Digi-evolution. What's the word I'm looking for?
I have no freaking clue. Digimon? What?
Well, that's kind of what it was. Like, Digimon had the whole thing of like each person had this new form and this new power level that they could achieve, and it just kept like escalating to the point of just like at some point it becomes ridiculous. It's like Dragon Ball Z with their power levels. Like at some point it just the numbers stop making sense. They should pull back and kind of focus on the content, flesh out the world, flesh out the exploration aspect.
But I think that's actually ultimately not what people want. I'm in the minority of somebody that would want environments and Pokemon behaving in their environments and me taking pictures of them as the core audience. No, hold on, I'm still talking.
The minority of somebody who wants that, or the minority of somebody who would want to actually speak up for it. Because people can want something but not really speak up.
You're getting heady. Okay, I don't know. It's Pokemon. People on the internet are babies, and that's really what it comes down to. I mean, look at you. You're an adult baby.
It's true. Have you seen my face? If you take away my beard, I am basically needing to get carded into any movie.
Yeah. They're like, oh.
Or I would be.
Listen.
We could go to movies.
Excuse me. Okay, Haley Joel Osment, you cannot come into this movie theater even though you voiced the character of Sora. And now it is time. Galen, what is it time for?
Super Mario time. Woohoo.
No. Prediction time. We're going back to our predictions from last year, and we're going to find out who is
shit,
the video game boy of 2021, the year of our board.
Oh, shit. All right. Okay, for the record, I have not looked at any of these.
He tried to,
I tried
a month ago.
I got scolded for it.
Of course.
So I'm going to let you read them off to me, and you'll get my raw dog reaction.
Oh, gross. So about a year ago, all right, Galen and I came up with 20-ish yes or no questions. We recorded our answers, predicting the year 2020. Obviously, coronavirus and stuff. But we're going to revisit it, and then whoever wins at the end is the real video game boy.
That's true.
And Galen has to pay me $100 when he loses.
What?
I don't know. I want punishment for you, okay?
All right. Here's punishment for you. If you lose, you have to play Monster Hunter Rises with me and record the footage.
Galen, I don't know why, but you never say a video game title correctly.
That is the other part of the punishment. You have to hear me mispronounce the title all the time.
Quick, what's my favorite RPG of 2020?
Sephiroth.
No, What's the title of it?
What's your favorite title?
Oh my god, never mind.
Obviously, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
You're upsetting me on 8 different levels right now. Oh my god. All right, we're going to go into the predictions. Do you have a pen and paper by you?
I can.
No, I don't want you to. I have one here.
Oh.
I just thought maybe you could do something for once in your life. God.
Do you know who I am?
Haley
Okay,
Joel Osment, the voice of Sora.
I've got something ready.
Oh god, some gadgety bullshit.
It's called a laptop notepad.
What's your laptop note scope? 360 notepad.
All right, I'm assuming you want me to keep track.
Yes, just a tally.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
Got it.
Question number 1. Nintendo will finally announce either themes or folders for the Switch. Do you know what you said? Guess what you said.
I'm going to say no, because I was going to be contrarian on this one.
You said no.
Awesome. That's 1 point for me.
Yes, I also said no. 1 point for me. It
Cool.
pays to be cynical.
All right.
Number 2. There will be a Metroid release this year, separate from Metroid Prime 4.
I have been pushing this pretty hardcore, and it has been a complete shit show. I'm going to say I said yes last year.
You said no.
I said no?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Point for me.
Yes, 1 point for you.
What'd you
I
say?
said yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So what is the score, Galen?
2, me, you, 1.
Yes. Question number
Moving
3. There will be a new Mario sports title released this year.
Ooh.
And there was not, right?
There was not.
Okay.
Correct. Which, Mario 35, that should have been one.
That's
Like,
not a sports title.
No, I'm like...
That's an esports title.
35th anniversary. No freaking way.
Yes, it is.
What?
Dab esports. Anyway, you said yes, and so did I. No points
Okay,
for
so
either of
no
us.
points.
My throat hurts. Question number 4. A sequel or remake of Super Mario RPG will be announced this year.
I obviously said no.
You did say no. 1 point to Galen.
What'd you say?
I said yes. No points to me. That's why I say it pays to be cynical.
Moving on.
What's the score?
No, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to leave
No,
it
for
to
the
very
audience
end
at
this
home,
point.
you jack.
And the audience at home will be able to find out at the very end. I want to build up that
No,
anticipation.
you don't want to tell them the... Oh my goodness. You are the
All right,
worst.
you want to hear it?
No,
I am
shut up.
ahead
I've
by
moved
2
past
points.
you. I've moved past it. Question number 5. Question number 5. A release of some sort. In parentheses, remake, port, new entry of Fatal Frame will happen this year.
I don't know what I answered.
You said yes. No
Oh,
points for
shit.
you.
No points for me.
I also said yes. No points for me. Damn it. Really love Fatal
Hey, this was beginning of 2020. We were hopeful. We were full of optimism. We still had life in us.
Fewer wrinkles.
Oh God. Fewer gray hairs.
Number 6. Breath of the Wild sequel will release this year.
I probably said yes to this one.
You did, you fool!
All right.
No points for you.
You said no?
I said no. 1 point for Onidino.
Good. All right. I'm still in the lead, but just barely.
What's the points?
It is 3 points me, 2 points you.
Question number 7. Mother 3 will be released this year in some form.
Please tell me I said no.
You said yes!
Why? past Galen. Why?
I'm pretty sure I made fun of you for it because I said no. 1 point for Oni Dino.
Oh god, I need to like go back and just listen to my reasoning for that, because even I know this was probably one of the things where, you know what, I'll just say yes on a whim because I want to be optimistic. That actually does sound like something I would say. So
Yeah, something stupid. Yeah.
So it is all tied up.
Question number 8. Nintendo will announce a new Switch hardware revision this year.
Did I say no?
You said yes! 0 points for Galen. Oni Dino said no. 1 point for Oni Dino, who is now in the lead.
Yep. 4 points you, 3 points me.
Yes. Question 9. A new Wario series game will be announced this year.
Oh, I wish this one had happened.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. What'd I say?
You said no! 1 point to Galen.
Nice. What'd you say?
I said yes. Why? No points to me. It is back to ties.
Yeah.
Damn it. Damn it. Number 10. Another Nintendo cross indie title will be released this year. In parentheses, we said in the vein of Cadence of Hyrule. That did not happen.
Get one this year? Okay.
That did not happen. No. I'm thinking about it. No.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think back. I don't think anything major came up.
No.
There have been some good indie titles, but nothing that's been like directly linked. So, shit. I probably said yes.
You said yes. 0 points for Galen.
0 points for me.
I said no. 1 point for Oni Dino. Back in the lead.
You are back in the lead.
Back in the lead. Number 11. A new Kirby game will release this year.
Did one?
Yes! There was like 3.
Oh, okay.
The one I can definitely remember is Kirby Fighters, whatever the hell it's called.
I guess.
What do you mean, I guess?
It wasn't that big of a game.
It was a game. It was a full-fledged Kirby game.
It was a game. What did I say?
You said no. 0 points to Galen.
Ooh. What did you say?
You know what Oni Dino said about Kirby. Oni Dino always says yes to Kirby.
You are ahead by 2 points. Yes. Let's see if I can close this gap.
I will finally get the respect I deserve. Number 12. A new entry in the F-Zero franchise will be announced this year.
Oh, did foolish optimistic Galen say yes?
Galen said no. 1 point to you.
Nice. Did foolish optimistic Oni say yes?
Why did he say yes? Yes, he said yes. 0 points to Oni Dino. 0 points.
Hey, you're still ahead by 1. Man, all these questions are like, there's an excitement with the whole point system, but I'm just sad now.
Yeah, of course. It's 2021, bitch. Year of the sad.
Year of the sad shanty.
Number 13. A new game from an old and seemingly dead IP will be announced this year.
Ooh.
In parentheses, we have examples. For example, Ice Climber, Duck Hunt, or Mysterious Murasame Castle.
I don't remember anything having come out.
No, not out of a dead IP, that's for sure.
Yeah. You know what? Let's change it up. What did you say?
I said yes! 0 points to Oni Dino.
What did I say?
You also said yes. 0 points across the board. A warsh. We call that a warsh.
All right. Warsh your vagina.
Oh my god. 14. A new Labo kit will release this year.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh.
Why?
Hey, you remember when you can go to the store and play with cardboard?
Oh my god.
Okay. I probably said yes to this because I was kind of on a Labo high.
You said no. 1 point to Galen.
Really? Damn. I knew something that I don't know now. What'd you say?
I said yes. 0 points to Oni Dino.
All right.
Are we tied?
We are tied. We are back to a tie.
Also, my chair keeps making noises. I'm sorry. I'm not going to edit it out of the podcast. I usually do. I don't know why it's making sounds.
It's just his fart disappointments.
No, no. If my fart disappointment sounds like that, there's a problem with the shotgun barrel that's inside my colon, apparently.
Remember, listeners, every time you fart, an Onidino gets sad.
You know what? That could explain all the depression. All these years.
Yeah.
Number 15. A brand new major IP will be announced this year. For example, Splatoon. And there wasn't one, right?
That was announced. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Galen, do you know what you said?
Yes.
That's correct. You said yes, 0 points.
Okay. And you said?
I also said yes for some frickin' reason.
We had higher hopes for Nintendo.
0 points across the board. It is still tied. We had a large amount of questions, so that way we wouldn't have to do a tiebreaker. I am now concerned that we are going to have to do a tiebreaker, and I don't know what that is. Number 16. We will get a trailer for Bayonetta 3 this year.
I definitely said yes to this.
You did say yes, 0 points.
Okay. And you said no?
I said no, 1 point to Oni.
All right.
I went Queer Oprah. Also known as regular Oprah. Am I right, folks? Number 17. We will get...
Give me an onomatopoeia for cricket noises.
Scooby. Number 17. We will get a trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5 this year.
Wow. Okay.
Do you know what you said?
I probably said no because I didn't even know what that game was.
Oh my god, how embarrassing. And you deserve your embarrassment. Lay in it. You also said no. 0 points.
Okay, and what did you say?
The great Onidino said yes. 1 point to Onidino.
Never bet against somebody who probably has insider information from somewhere.
Oh no, Anything I had insider information on, I didn't put on this list. Do you see anything about Wonderful 101?
This list, so there's another list out there somewhere.
Well, no, I'm talking about this list. No More Heroes 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What?
1,
What are you doing? What are you counting?
4, 5, 6.
What are you doing?
7. Okay.
You have to say something, otherwise I have to cut this out of the podcast. You're taking forever.
Sorry, I'm recounting our points. I thought I missed one at some point.
You have
So
no
you're
responsibility.
ahead by 1 point. You're ahead by 1 point. Okay, No More Heroes 3.
Number 18. No More Heroes 3 will be delayed to 2021.
Oh god, please tell me we both said yes.
Onidino said yes. 1 point to Onidino.
And I said no?
Galen said no. 0 points to Galen.
Why?
I don't know. I thought that was a shoo-in.
Why? Okay.
You fool.
You're ahead by 2 points.
Next question. Pikmin 4, which you misspelled. And I left it there so that way I could chide you over it a year later. Pikmin 4 will release in 2020.
What did I say?
You said yes.
Oh god. And you said no?
And I said no. 1 point to Onidino.
You are 3 whole points ahead. I do not think I can catch up at this point.
You just might with this next question. There will be a Bethesda re-release this year on the Nintendo Switch. Wait, didn't that happen?
Doom Eternal. But that is the only thing that I can think of that would fall into that category. I don't think it counts.
Because, well, I mean, I guess it was developed concurrently, but it just came out like almost a year later.
Yeah.
But they didn't do a re-release of like an existing game, which is, I think, what we were talking about. For some reason, I wanted to say that Borderlands was Bethesda, but that's not
No,
Bethesda.
but that's 2K.
Something
2K
else
games.
embarrassing.
Yeah. I am going to vote that this was not a re-release. It was just a delayed port.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm going to say no.
You said yes.
I said yes. Oh,
0
shit.
points to Galen.
What'd you say?
Onidino said no.
Okay.
1 point to Onidino.
4 points ahead. I think the writing's on the wall for this one, but let's wrap this up.
All right, next question. Psych, there's no more questions. I won.
Wait, we ended on the Bethesda one?
I don't know. I think we added that at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that was
I won.
it's very interesting that
No, shut up.
we were very close until it came down to the specific game predictions.
Galen, you know what? You should have just yelled stop the count when you were ahead.
Hey, I am all about democracy. So
Basking in the glory of winning. Of course I was going to win. Of course. Who would even doubt me?
everybody.
No. No.
Congratulations on your predictive win. You predicted everything except for how shitty 2020 would be.
That's true.
Really, at the end of the day, I feel like we both lost.
No, I won. Somebody make a peaches crown for me and let me wear it.
You know what? Come to our Discord and someone will do that for you. I will upload tons of images of you onto our Discord so people can Photoshop Peach's crowns on.
You will not do that because you are not the video game boy. I'm the video game boy. I won this thing.
I know,
You
and
don't
I want to congratulate
No.
the video game boy.
No, you will not do that at all. I will upload a picture of myself. Don't hold your breath. I don't take pictures of myself because I have the body, what is it called? Body dysphoria? I don't even know if that's really, that's actually, I shouldn't say that because that people that actually have that, that marginalizes their problems. I just, very self-conscious.
This went in a very weird direction, but hey, congratulations.
Thank you. I won. I'm great. This is fantastic. Next episode, we are going to do our predictions for 2021.
I'm going to be a lot more cynical this year.
That's what he says now, in the hopes that he will be the video game boy 2022.
There will be that one obscure JRPG that'll be like, here's going to be the, fifth Cold Steel whatever game. And they're like, yeah, sure.
Trails of Cold Sky in the Crossbell Legends.
You're not helping your case at all. Is that an actual title?
It was an amalgamation of several different titles.
There you go. You kind of proving my points.
So, lovely listeners, it's a 2021 new year. You know what? If you want nonstop Nintendo news, you go straight to nintendoeverything.com. 24/7 news, reviews, interviews, translations, all a bunch of good stuff. You can also follow us on the tweeters. My Twitter is @Oni_Dino. Galen, where are you at?
You can always tweet at me at Mobius087. And hey, if you guys went ahead and had your own predictions that you kept in a dusty folder somewhere, let us know either on Twitter or on our Discord.
And our Discord is a link in the description.
Did you outscore the great Onidino or the mildly great?
Galen, it's the diabetic slur that you have.
Yep. Sorry, I got distracted by some zooms in the distance. Zoom.
So we'll catch you in the next episode in 2 weeks. In the meantime, by the way, if you're looking for something to fill that void where Galen and Onidino are not in your weekly plans, on the other week you can check out.
We do
a
leave a pretty large void.
What? You're interrupting me. What?
We do leave a pretty large void.
Well, you do. With your farts.
Oh no, I'm just making you depressed.
Depression farts are a real thing. Anyway, on the weekend that we do not release an episode, if you're looking for something to fill the void, please check out the Let's Fight a Boss podcast. They are a wonderful podcast from Ireland. They are basically just like everything and more than we are, so they're really great. Also, I just started being their audio editor as well, so you can catch a little Oni Dino flair in the shadows. Some Shadow Dino.
Ooh, Shadow Dino.
Shadow Dino. But we'll see you bi-weekly. Just like Galen.
I ain't no SNES player. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's true. You didn't play SNES and Sega. We'll see you next episode. Until then, for everything Nintendo.
Stay tuned to